what's up, guys? John from the Hand Control Worldwide podcast. And we got a couple questions from the training section of the YouTubes. Those little training videos are getting kind of popular. So, hey, if I got a couple minutes, I'll go ahead and answer them. Be glad to. There's a couple that I can't get to because I need a training partner to help me explain exactly what I'm talking about. We got one about straps. Got one about smaller hands. I'll be happy to answer them. I just don't have a training partner with me right now. So, anyway, got a couple more questions I can answer here. We'll start with the first one here from I Am Justice on YouTube. And they have a question about why arm wrestlers put their arm inside of their body when they arm wrestle. So, for people who don't know what that means, basically starting here, right? So, it's basically just starting with your arm touching your body as best you can. Why would we do it? They say that, you can see why maybe it would protect against the bone breaking, but from a standpoint of top rolling for this person, it doesn't work very well at all. So all I can do is explain why I do it. And one of the reasons why I can do it, why I do it, is because I can. This is very simple for me. I don't have to force my arm at all to be inside my body. It's not an uncomfortable position for me. My flexibility is fine. So, do you have to force that? Because if you have to force that position, I would understand why it sucks. But for me, it's very simple, very easy. I'm very comfortable getting here. I can square my other shoulder without a problem. So there's one. Another reason is I had a pretty bad shoulder injury when I was very young. That was made worse my first couple of months in the sport. So I'm still always fighting that. It's a injury that won't heal. So for me, when I get my arm inside my body and my lat tight with my chest, when I get here, I feel very good in the shoulder. My shoulder gets stable. So that's a good reason for me to get in that position. And also, one reason why I get in that position, and maybe it's something that might be happening a lot that people don't really realize, is if I set up with my hand in front of my shoulder, so I'm not in at all, right? Right now I'm neutral, meaning I'm not supinated, I'm not pronated. So if I get in that position and I slowly move my elbow in towards my body, so where I would be at the table, right? And I'm neutral still, right? What you didn't see maybe is that I had to pronate to get to neutral. So if I were to move my elbow back to being square, you'd see that I'm slightly pronated. So my top roll has begun already. And I know Devin has done a video on this. So it shouldn't be, this is kind of already treaded ground. But the reason why that works so well for me is because part of my move is already done. When it comes to doing performing a top roll, we all know pronation's a part of that, right? And I touched in the last video that over-rotating can be bad for getting your fingers off the back of the hand. Well, if I'm here, I'm not rotated all the way at neutral. I can rotate more. But I'm rotated exactly the amount that I want to be. So, that being said, from this here, my move is to wrist curl, drag back, and go sideways. So it would be ready to go, and then straight through here. I'm not rotating anymore. Don't need to. I want to maintain a flat hand on my opponent. I don't want to bust their hand back. So if I'm rotated enough already, I've already erased part of my move. I've done it before the go. And if you can do less things, you're going to be faster. It's just the way it is. So hopefully that answers your question a little bit. And I also will end that question, or I'll kind of sum it up by saying, if you do that, if you try to get your elbow in there and you try it and you hate it, well, then don't do it. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You can arm wrestle exactly the way you arm wrestle. You don't have to do it any way anybody tells you to. I don't care who they are. And the fact is if you develop a move that is very unique and you become very good at it, you're going to be very hard to deal with because there's going to be very few people that have ever faced anything like that. So I would say always try everything that anybody tells you to do And if it doesn't feel good, well then don't do it. You don't have to. There's no everybody's just their own person. Everybody's built slightly different. Everybody feels a little different. And do your thing, brah. So I hope that answers your question. Hope that makes you more betterist. And thanks for the question, man.